Hello, my friends. Welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. This is Katie. If you're new here, hi, welcome. And if you're back, welcome back. Tonight, I am hopping on to do a little WIP and chat with you guys. WIP stands for work in progress, and chat, we're going to chat and catch up a little bit. So feel free to pull out whatever project you're working on, whether it's diamond painting, something else crafty, or stuff around the house, or maybe I'm putting you to sleep. Who knows? But whatever it is, feel free to grab a drink, settle in, and let's catch up a little bit. So tonight I am working on something a little bit different. I am working on one of these 3D like diorama, where you drill on each of these individual pieces and then you put them each like in, there's like holes in here and you stick them in here. So I was given this as a very, very sweet Christmas gift from my sweet friend Jacqueline over on Instagram. She's Diamond Art Sparkles. You should follow her if you don't, because she works on really gorgeous projects and she's an incredibly kind person. So this was one of the Christmas gifts she gave me, and I was super extra and kitted it up in my Harbor Freight containers because I didn't know how much I'd be able to do in one sitting. So I got my Harbor Freights over here. I'm using my brand new tray from Sharon over at Shiny Shazza. I'll link her shop below. She does Etsy drops of trays that are all different kinds of styles, but when I saw this one that was like see-through with the gold glitz, yes, please. And this pen is one of my newest pens from Jim's Handmade Pen Shop over on Etsy. And look at the flowers. I love it. So, okay, the way that this works is, like I said, I put the diamonds on each individual piece, and then we'll put it all together over here. So I'm gonna work on this one. If you haven't seen these before, I've seen them on AliExpress and some of those like dropship companies like fan cells or whatnot. But there's also an Etsy shop that I believe is based in the US called Diamond Painting Bliss. I'll double check and I'll link it in the description below. And I think that's where Jacqueline got this one for me. And it's really interesting because it's like a thicker piece and the print is on the back side. So you almost have to be thinking in 3D when you're placing the drills down. I don't know if I can really explain that well, but anyway, so it's like a lot of these kinds of special projects where you just peel off the top and we'll go to town. So let me grab a color. Lots of Y in this one. So how are you all doing this evening or day, depending on when you're watching? I am doing really well. It is currently Sunday evening, and we had a relatively uneventful weekend. We ended up cutting both our kids' hair, like home style COVID cut, because both of their hair, which I have two boys, one is 5.5, the other turns 3 in March, which by the time this video goes up means he's turning 3 next month. Moment of sadness here that all parents have, well, lots of parents have when their kids' birthdays are coming up. Anyway, we COVID cut the kids' hair like 6 months ago, and it just had gotten so absolutely wild and out of control that we said, okay, this is the weekend, we're finally gonna do it. We've been saying that for like 2 months, but it's fine. We did it this weekend. And it was a dumpster fire with both of them, because my oldest is autistic and just one of his really sensitive areas is his head and around his ears. So my husband just held him and snuggled with him while I just tried to trim it as quickly as I could, and then we went straight up to the bath to rinse all that hair off and all of that. And then the almost 3-year-old just I mean, he's 3, or almost 3. Of course he doesn't like having his hair cut. But we survived. And they both look so different to me. Like, they look like they're a year older. So yeah, we did that. What else did I do? I went grocery shopping yesterday. It was uneventful. And today, this morning, actually, so it's Sunday again, I had my pen stash, my DP pen stash challenge video go live. And can I just say how much I appreciate that everyone was very kind. I know I was not the only creator or diamond painter that was a little apprehensive about sharing that video, a video of our stashes, because like many other hobbyists, I'm a bit of a hoarder when it comes to things like accessories and crafts. I have a lot of fun. Okay, I need more wax. Do you guys see me stabbing the same drill 10 times over? Have I not learned? So anyway, totally lost my train of thought. Lots of crafters like to hoard their accessories. Oh, I really like to match my pens with my kits. And so especially if I know there's a kit I'm going to be working on soon, or if I have a couple of kits that have a really similar vibe and I don't have a pen that matches that kind of theme and color scheme and whatnot, then I will try to add that to my collection to expand it. But I enjoy it. I know that's the case for lots of other diamond painters too, and I appreciate that. I really don't think I've seen anyone get snarky or sassy in people's videos with their pen stashes. So thank you for being kind and just let people love what they love. Let them enjoy what they enjoy. Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw that. That's the other reason that I use the Harbor Freight containers, is because this tray doesn't have a spout on it. I'm having to kind of knock all the drills down to the corner and kind of tap them in. And this is a resin tray, like it was made with a resin mold. And so there's just really slight imperfections in here. And so Harbor Freights are just a little more forgiving because they're so wide. Okay. The other reason that I put these in Harbor Freights is because they are perfect for pick and placing, as many people call it, where I'm not going to take the time and effort to pour these into a tray when I only needed to pull 2 drills of that color. So speaking of pen goodness, so I was chatting with my friend Jacqueline about pens because she is a fellow pen collector. And she was saying, she's like, you should name the rest of your pens, because some of my pens, yes, I know, some of my pens have names because the blanks had names. Some of them did not. Anyway, so I'm kind of issuing a little mini challenge to myself where for the month of February, I want to try deliberately using a different pen in my collection each day. And for each pen that doesn't already have a name, like is from a blank name, or if I don't care for the blank name as much, I want to use a different pen every day and then also name it if it still needs a name. Is that really silly, or I don't know. I thought it could be a fun way to mix it up and also to make sure that I'm using all of the lovely pens in my collection. Okay, so I'm going to work on this big house, and obviously this is the biggest piece by far. So let me make sure I don't get my hand in glue. Okay, start with H. So what about you guys? When it comes to pens, do you find yourself reaching for the same exact pen every time you go to diamond paint, if you have more than one pen? Are you really only wanting to use like the same pen or two, or do you try to mix it up a little bit? I can be a creature of habit, but I'm trying to expand a little bit, especially with things like accessories where there are so many fabulous small business owners in the community, and I really want to support as many of them as I can, which is why, like, for example, I'm trying to make sure that I got a shiny Shazza tray and I'm excited to use it and what have you. So, like I said, trying to spread the love. So the DP stash, oh my gosh, my brain just decided to go to sleep. Okay, so the pen stash challenge that's going around, I've been watching those videos, and it's a blessing and a curse, right? Because yay, I get to see all of these really, really gorgeous pens and sort of live vicariously through people. Especially if like their style is different from mine, but I still appreciate the beauty of the pens that are in their collection. So even if I wouldn't own it myself, I still get to like look at it and ooh and ah over it. But the curse is on my bank account, because now I've discovered all of these new pen turners and I just want to shop from all of them. And it's really a problem because Jim's Handmade Pen Shop just reopened like half an hour before I started filming. So I looked and then I clicked away. If you are a fan of Jim's Handmade Pen Shop on Etsy, he just started a Facebook group again. I guess this is like the second or third time he's tried starting a Facebook group, but this is the first time I've been in one of them. It seems like it has a really nice vibe. It has people sharing, you know, the different pens that they have from him, and he did a giveaway in there yesterday. So I will link his actual shop and the Facebook group below in case that's something you want to go check out. And he announced in there tonight as well that his shop was reopening. So, other news in diamond painting land. Last night, I finished Firefly Fireworks, that giant Randall Spangler kit, and I posted about it on Instagram already. So if you follow me on Instagram, you already probably saw my completion picture, but I will also be showing it here on my channel for those of you that are not necessarily on Instagram or don't follow me there. I'm starting something new. Well, new to me. I'm certainly not claiming it as my original idea, but I am going to, starting with this month, start doing a month in review at the end of the month. So after I finish this, I'm going to record that, and I'm going to share what my finishes for the month are, current works in progress, WIPs that I have going, and new starts. So things related specifically to diamond painting. And then I thought I would also share just some really general goals and ideas that I have for the coming month. So one of the reasons I'm doing that is because I was debating whether or not to do a full post-review video of Firefly Fireworks. And I'm totally open to what your thoughts are as my subscribers, so feel free to share your opinion in the comments, which, by the way, obviously, I say it all the time and I mean it. I always welcome feedback, particularly if it's worded kindly. So anyway, I have mixed feelings about doing post reviews on Diamond Art Club kits because in my own experience, their quality is pretty consistent. So in a post review, I feel like I won't have a lot of new things to share when it comes to Diamond Art Club unless there was like a really standout problem. At the same time, I really still want to be able to share finished projects with you guys. So that's kind of how I landed on the idea of, well, maybe I'll just do like a recap at the end of each month, and that way any kits that I didn't do a full post-review video of, I can still show you guys. And you could take kind of a close-up look at, and I can share just brief comments that make more sense in that context than like a longer video. What do you guys think of that? Would you still want individual separate post-review videos for... I'm really just thinking Diamond Art Club specifically because... I don't know. I also feel like there's a lot of creators that have done post reviews and that sort of thing on Diamond Art Club kits, and I don't want to be too redundant. So there's my stream of consciousness thought on that. I'm also thinking I'd like to be able to do another wax video or two this month. you guys are getting a sneak peek of that recap video where I also talk about goals for the year. But yeah, so I was also going to mention to you guys, keep your eyes peeled. I don't think it's something you'll be able to miss. I, as of this recording, have just over 900 subscribers, which is wonderful. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that all of you are here. I thoroughly enjoy chatting with you all in the comments, and I feel like I'm getting to know you guys, and I am having so much fun. It's so special and meaningful to me. I guess, like, I feel like I don't want to jinx it. I am starting to go ahead and think a little bit ahead to what I might want to do for a 1,000 subscriber giveaway. Do I knock on wood for that? But I don't. My mind is just kind of blown because I literally a week ago, because I'm going to put this up in the morning, so it should be Monday for you if you watch this the day it goes up. Literally a week ago today, I announced, I drew for my 500 subscriber giveaway. So, you guys, thank you again, and welcome. Just a special welcome to all of the new faces. I'm glad you're here. So yeah, my brain is starting to noodle a little bit on what I could do for a 1,000 subscriber giveaway and make that special and show my appreciation for you guys in that. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled, because that, similar to the 500 one, I'm not gonna like make a video that says that in the title, because I don't want to get, I don't know. I hear that can be a thing on YouTube, that if you put like giveaway or contest in the title, that sometimes people will just show up that like aren't even like interested in diamond painting, aren't even really interested in your channel. So okay, every once in a while I'm picking this up and like holding it up as if I'm looking at it to make sure that the drills are hiding the symbol behind them. This is a really different experience. I had been telling Jacqueline for a while that I was so intrigued by these dioramas, and I like really wanted to try one, but I didn't necessarily want to like order one on AliExpress. I have like a complex about ordering on AliExpress because I never know when the stuff is going to show up. And then I was just, strapped budget-wise and not able to jump on it like from the Etsy shop or whatever, and so she very sweetly got this for me for Christmas. But I'm so excited to like put it all together and see what it looks like. It will be interesting. Have any of you ever worked on one of these, or have you like not even heard of these before? Oh my gosh, I have to show you guys. So my oldest has been asking for a while to diamond paint with me. And every once in a while, like, I'll just have him sit with me and put some like drills on my canvas or whatever. But I was at Target a couple of weeks ago and saw that they had, I don't have the box right next to me. I'll put a picture in here. Timestamp am I at? Okay. This super cute kit for kids that's like designed for kids. So take a look at it here. And he's been asking on and off like all this past week, like, can we work on it? Can we work on it? And we just didn't really have time during the week, but we did it today. And you guys, he was like good at it. He was like a natural. So we just did this sticker today. So you can see they're like special drill size, and there's just like little circles under them that they put the colors on. But he did this by himself. Like, I don't know. I thought that was super cute. But so I just had to like little brag on him for a little bit. And little like, oh, he's doing my hobby with me. That's so cute. So yeah, I wanted to share that with you guys. And if you happen to have kids, or if you have, I don't know, nieces, nephews, just little ones in your lives that this seems like this might be up their alley, The cost was totally reasonable. I love the way that it was all put together. Because I know you can get kid-friendly kits on websites like Etsy or fan cells or whatever, but just I love just being able to walk into Target and get the thing I need, and you know, it's all, I know everything's going to be there. It's all packaged up and everything. So I will, if I can find the link, I'll also link that in the comments for you guys if you want to go take a look. I think just if you're US based. Is Target international? Do you guys have Target in other countries? If you don't, I'm so sorry. I love Target. I would be so sad without it. I thought I heard a noise for a second and I was afraid I was going to have to pause and step away. So my oldest has been having night terrors. Like we're pretty sure that that's what they are, like 99% sure. And I can't quite remember if I've mentioned it here before, but they always happen just a couple hours after he's gone to sleep, and he wakes up and we hear him like come out. Where did I drop that? Is that supposed to be there? Did I drop a drill? Okay, sorry. So we'll hear him come out of his room and he'll be like running around our upstairs. And he's upset, like we can hear him just being upset, and he is kind of, well, he's unaware, because that's what night terrors are, is that like they're, when a kiddo has a night terror, or an adult, their brain is not awake. They're asleep. It's like sleepwalking, but a little bit more intense. So, and you can't really wake them up out of it. You have to just kind of ride it out. So it's a little unsettling, and I feel really bad for him because he'll just be kind of inconsolable, and he thinks like that he needs to go somewhere. He doesn't know where he needs to go. He's like, he'll talk, but it's not like what he's saying doesn't make sense. He just keeps thinking that he needs to go somewhere, and he'll be shaking, and yeah. So we just hold him. We just snuggle with him and hold him. And usually after 2 or 3 minutes, he wakes up and he just gets completely calm, and he's like, I'm okay now. Can I go back to sleep? And then we know, like, okay, yes, he's out of the night terror. So I don't know if you have experience, if you have experience with night terrors, feel free to leave thoughts or suggestions in the comments. I've scoured Google and just because that's what I do. I'm a researcher, like, to the bone. And my understanding of this is that this is textbook night terrors. Like, everything about it is like, check, check, check. And again, like, everything that they say that you do is you just have to make sure that they're in a safe spot. And it's actually better if you don't like actively try to wake them up, because that can be really even more upsetting for them, and it doesn't usually work. So yeah, I don't know. He has a really solid bedtime routine. There haven't been any like crazy life transitions lately that would have triggered it. And it's been going on for a few months, and it usually happens like maybe once every other week. But just last week, it happened 2 nights in a row, and I was just like, we should probably email the doctor just to be safe. And I am going to email her tomorrow, of course, because you shouldn't get your medical advice from the internet. You should get it from your doctor. But I'll email her just to be on the safe side, and just let her know what's going on and confirm like that this isn't anything we need to worry about at the moment, and all of that. I just feel bad for him. But he doesn't remember it in the morning either, which is good. But again, just I feel a little bit helpless, like when someone else is in distress or in trouble. I just want to be able to help and make them feel better. So speaking of semi-codependent behavior, so can we talk about all of the events going on that have been announced? I think it's really, really cool to see so many different creators, and even if people aren't like YouTube creators, like there's lots of people on Instagram that have announced and they're hosting events this year, and I think that's really fun because, well, to be honest, if it were last year, because last year I feel like there were a lot fewer events. I only started diamond painting in March, but I really feel like I only had heard about a couple of events like the entire year. I mean, I could have missed some, but it felt like there were just a couple of events that like most of the diamond painting community was really doing. And it was like really a community event, like Drills and Chills and the September Truck Along and stuff like that. And the Winter with DAC. But it just, I'm a little bit, initially I was like super overwhelmed because I like to, like, I don't want anyone to feel like I'm leaving them out by not participating in something. Like, I'm really nervous about inadvertently hurting someone's feelings by participating in another event but not theirs. And so initially I was, my initial reaction was like, I'm just not going to do any events. Like, I'm just going to do the kits that I want to do. And because I'd rather do none than try to pick and choose and risk like hurting someone's feelings. But I'm hoping, my mindset has shifted a little bit now, where now I feel like, given that there are multiple events running every month already, that instead my approach is going to be like, well, I'm still just mostly going to work on the kits that I personally feel drawn to work on, and that kits that I would love to be able to finish and share my thoughts on for you guys, from various companies and what have you. So yeah, my approach is just going to be, that's going to be my priority first. But if it happens to align with an event that's going on, then I'll go ahead and participate in it. And I will hope that that's, I don't know. I'm going to hope that's not going to be hurtful to anyone, because it absolutely is not intended to be that way. And like I said, with so many going on, I hope that the attitude from the community in general is just sort of going to be like, well, yeah, just pick the one that speaks to you. Like, pick the ones that you want to do, and that it's not going to feel like a competition or like something personal. So I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts on that? I hope that all came out right, because I don't want to like make it weird or sound like I'm feeling some kind of way because I'm not. I'm just giving you my stream of consciousness here. But yeah, so speaking of events though, I just today finished kitting up my candy kit from DIY Moon Shop, which I had unboxed. Was that at the end of December, I think? I'll try to put a link in the eye if I think of it. Let's see, we're at 28. So it was a kit that I ordered from DIY Moon Shop in December? Yeah. Anyway, it was one of their new releases. It's called The Guardian. It's from the artist Asia. I'm mispronouncing that name. I'm so sorry. Asia Trier. She does the kits. She does the art. She does artwork that's like lots of rainbow effects in like a Van Gogh style. And this one has the silhouette of a dragon in the middle. And I had thought that, oh my gosh, one of her pieces would totally lend itself to Moon Shop's candy drills. Now their candy drills are like these special drills where they're the crystals. So we will see. I am super intrigued to see how that's going to work up. And as it turns out, that kit, because it has a dragon in it, will totally fit for an event that's happening in the month of February called Scales and Sparkles. It's hosted by I believe Brandy is her name, Mystria Diamonds, and DP Art Addiction. They're co-hosting the event. And I will try to remember to link to their video or Instagram post that had all the info about the event. But it starts on February 1st, and we were able to kit up beforehand or whatnot, but I haven't put any drills on it yet. But I'm excited to. I'm really excited to. And I think it'll be fun to, I'm participating in that event because that kit just happens to fit that theme, and I wanted to work on that kit anyway, so I could tell you guys my thoughts on the candy drills. So, is anyone else participating in Scales and Sparkles? My understanding is that you don't necessarily have to be working on a canvas that has a dragon in it, but if your piece doesn't have a dragon in it, but you still want to participate, if you have a dragon accessory, like something on a pen or maybe on a tray or a cover minder, then you can just include that in your picture and participate in the event anyway, which I think is really neat. There are a lot of kits out there that have dragons in them, and I would know because dragons are one of my favorite things when it comes to diamond painting and with my accessories and what have you. So I have a number of kits that have dragons in them, like my Randall Spanglers. We'll see. After I do the Guardian, I don't know if I'm gonna be in the mood to do another Randall Spangler because I just finished that one huge one. We will see. I have a lot of kits I want to try to get to, including there's a kit that I got in the mail on Friday or Saturday, and it's from one of two companies, and I haven't had the chance to unbox it yet, and neither of the companies, the tracking info that they had sent me was not fully functional all the way into the United States, so it's one of those two. I'm gonna unbox it after I finish recording this and after I record my month in review, I think. So, my gosh, okay, this house part is definitely taking me a little bit longer than I expected, but that's okay. Because I really want to try to finish this in this video and then get to show you guys. So, we're getting there. We are getting there. These drills are really inconsistent, actually. Some of them look almost dirty, and these yellow ones, some of them have a full-on AB coating, and some of them just look like a yellow drill, and there's a lot of that mixed in. That's okay. It looks like I will hopefully have plenty left over so that I can pick around and find the good ones. Yeah, so if by chance you are hosting an event or anything like that, there is an account over on Instagram. I believe it's a couple that both post from this account, Diamond Painting Things. Mr. and Mrs. Dubé Diamond Painting. They actually have a Google Doc going where they are tracking all of the diamond painting events that are happening that have been announced for the year, which I think is genius. The type A in me, my brain is so happy. There's a spreadsheet and it's all in one place. This is how I know that there are literally at least 2 or 3 events every single month, already through the summer. So I will try to remember to link to their Instagram account below in the description box. So if you are an events person, that you can go and take a look and see if there are any events that you would like to participate in. So what else? Oh yeah, I was gonna tell you guys. I had mentioned to you all in one of my WIP and Chats, I think a couple weeks ago, that my finger, my knuckle here, where I had sliced it on a large piece of glass, a wine glass broke, when I was washing out the inside of it and sliced my knuckle. It started to hurt again a few weeks back, and so I was concerned that there is still a piece of glass in there. So I messaged, I did finally message my doctor last week, and she said, yeah, let's do an x-ray, because if it healed up and then it started hurting again and being tender again, that's kind of a red flag. And so I went in for the x-ray on Wednesday or Thursday, and she called me back by the end of the day and was like, yeah, there's nothing, nothing showed up on the x-ray. She said, so what that means is that either if there is a piece of glass in there, it's too small to be picked up on an x-ray, or there's no glass in there and you just injured it in some other way. Either way, she's like, I'm going to refer you to a hand specialist. Did you guys know that there are doctors that literally just specialize in hands? Is it weird that I'm intrigued by this? So she was gonna put in for that referral and whatnot, and yeah, so I guess I'm gonna go see a hand doctor. I'm not sure what they're going to want to do. Maybe by looking at it in person, because I didn't actually go into my primary doctor in person. We just did it over Zoom because she was like, I'm just going to recommend an x-ray for you anyway. Grab my next color. But I'm sure I'm going to go into a hand doctor in person, you know? They're going to want to look at it and feel it, you know? See if they can tell anything from putting their hands on it. So I will keep you guys posted. I'm a little anxious about it because this is my dominant hand. This is my index finger. And not only is, any injury to that problematic as far as I don't know, everything that I use my hands for. No, don't go there. Don't go there. I hear you, Steph. I hear Steph in the comments making that's what she said crack. So no. But I also before I had kids, I was teaching piano lessons privately. I've been playing piano for almost 30 years, and that's a huge part of my life. It hasn't been as big a part of my life since I have two little ones running around. But ultimately, I don't want to have a problematic injury with one of my fingers in my hand when I'm a pianist. I don't want that to affect my ability to play. Interestingly enough, did you know that when it comes to playing a musical instrument, that actually can put as much stress on your body as some sports? This was a big part of my program when I got I have my bachelor's in music education, and piano was my primary instrument, so I studied that quite a bit. And one of my piano professors, really one of her specialties, something that she was doing a lot of research on and a lot of awareness with, was just the idea of wellness in musicians. And the idea of when you're going to sit down and play the piano, and this isn't I'm just going to sit down and play hot cross buns, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're playing it even if it's not necessarily in a professional capacity, if it's you're playing a piece that is more complex and more demanding, this idea of well, you should stretch. You literally warm up before you play, because if you don't, you can injure yourself. And she was really big into being really intentional about exactly what your posture was and what the height of the bench was behind the piano and all of this, things that had honestly never occurred to me. So, I thought, I'm playing an instrument. What is the, the physical effort behind that? And at least in playing piano, there's quite a lot, and you can, really injure yourself. And I did find that, especially with studying in college, and there were certainly requirements and expectations for the amount of time that we would practice each day. It absolutely put so much strain and stress. And it's not just even on your fingers, it's all the way up your arm into your shoulder. So I don't know. I thought it was really fascinating, and incorporating that sort of thing into my studies, I thought was really, really helpful. So there's a little sneak peek into my background. I was just talking with a fellow musician, as I discovered. And she's mentioned it before on her channel, but I was chatting with Jessica over at Tiny Worlds of Wonder, and was just super, super tickled to discover that she is also a pianist and has taught piano privately. And Jessica, if you're listening, hi, yes, I'm talking about you. But I completely lost my train of thought. It's just completely gone. Let me grab another color. Yeah. I was just talking with her a little bit about it, and kind of what being a musician and being a teacher looks like in COVID times. So my degree is in music education, and the idea was that I would use that in a traditional classroom setting, like teaching band or orchestra. Technically, I could have also taught choir, but that was not my focus or my personal, I guess, talents or whatnot. So even though I have had many a person here tell me that I have a soothing voice that they enjoy listening to, my singing voice is no. No. I had to take a lot of voice classes in college just because that's part of being a music major. And it's I can sing, I can sing on key, and my pitch is good and whatnot, but my actual singing voice, just there's nothing special about it, which is fine. All that to say, I had no real desire to teach choir. But since I mentioned here before, I graduated from college in June, way back, a decade ago. And then 2 weeks after that, I got married. And then 1 month after that, my new husband and I moved. My only husband. We were newlyweds. We then moved to Southern California. Hold on. There is a symbol on here that I don't have drills for. There's only 2 of them. It's a 7, and I don't have a 7. Okay, that looks like that's just supposed to be a green, so I will grab a different green color and pop that in there. Let me see, a darker green, I think. Let's go with that. Okay, anyway. So here was the problem, for me personally with moving across the country, is I moved across the country away from all of the professional contacts and relationships that I had built while being in that music program. So when we moved out here, which I'll tell that story, maybe later or maybe another time, I'll tell a little bit more about why we moved out here. But where are we at on time? Okay. Grab another color. Let's do the minus. Okay. So when we moved out here, unfortunately, that was right at the time that everywhere was cutting the arts from schools, and the economy was a dumpster fire then. And so I ended up having to piece together some part-time jobs to help contribute financially. And I never did manage to get into a full-time teaching job in a traditional classroom setting. Like I said, I taught private piano lessons for a while. I was like helping in some music classes, but it never turned into a full-time teaching job. As it turns out, that may have been for the best, because I feel like if I would have gotten into that field and gotten really settled and established in that field, then I wouldn't have really been open to the idea of staying home with my kids when I had kids. So it's interesting. I never, ever, ever planned on or thought I would be a stay-at-home mom. And at least at the time when we made that decision that was going to be best for our family, I still was feeling just very, very hesitant about it. And in large part, it was like a numbers game. Like, to put our kiddo, at the time, single kiddo, in childcare would have cost more than I would be bringing home from the part-time jobs that I did have. And, well, I would have been bringing home like a little bit. So it felt like I was kind of forced into staying at home, but I'm extremely grateful that it has been absolutely the right fit for our family, and I love it a whole lot more than I ever expected to. It was never, ever, ever on my radar to be a stay-at-home mom. I was always going to go to school, get a degree, and get a full-time job, because that's what you do. So it's, it worked out the way that it worked out. I like to think that it worked out that way for a reason. It's let me be very available for the extra needs that my kids that my oldest has with autism, and then whenever we get my youngest into some kind of speech therapy. But I try to look at it as I am grateful for the ways that this has been such a good thing for our family. And I can't complain about that. So, just because of where we're at time-wise, and because I have so much of this left to complete, sorry about that, I'm going to pause here, shift you guys into time-lapse mode so you can see me finish the rest of this, and then I want to come back on and put it together for you and show you guys. So hopefully you'll hang out and enjoy a bit of a time-lapse here watching the rest of this one get put together. And we're done. So what do you think? Look at that sparkle. Look at these special drills up here. Special shaped ones, that is. Little tip for you if you're doing a special drill project and don't have something else like a pretty placer that could work for placing large drills. You can either use tweezers, or if you happen to be watching, I actually just use the multi-placer end of my pen. Since it's bigger, it grips really well and picked those up super easily. So little tip there for you guys. And oh my gosh, the special sparkly drills that went on the unicorns are amazing. I love those. I'll definitely be saving those spares. So, okay, let's try putting this together and see. I think, so I guess this has slots in it. I don't want to break anything. Okay. Oh, okay. Kind of snapped in there. Okay, so there's the house, and then the tree, which I did this before this evening. I believe it's gonna go right there. Oh my gosh, it keeps making scary noises. Okay. Okay, so we have tree, house, and then what do we think? Okay, I'm sure this sign goes right here. Okay, it just kind of sits there. And then I think the unicorns are gonna go there. Right? Yeah? Yeah, okay. And then, yeah, I bet with the edges, yeah, okay. There's like these two flower pieces. Okay. Some of these like just sit in and some of them seem to like snap in. But okay, let me see if I can get this to show up for you guys. Look at how cute that is. So it's got like that cute 3D effect when you look at it. That is so adorable. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Jacqueline. I love how it turned out. That's adorable. Oh my gosh. I'm glad that I think these will just pop right back out so I can store it flat because I'm not gonna, I don't like have a spot I would set this out to display or whatever, but yay, there we go. So happy about that. So sorry that this ended up kind of looking a little bit different than I anticipated, but hey, I still got to show you guys a cute little finish. And now I can go turn around and include this in my January recap because it is still January here right now. It's like 11 p.m. so I made the cutoff. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with me for this WIP and Chat and watching me work on this cute little project. But I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. I have a little bit more filming to do, and I think this video is quite long enough already. Thank you though so much for watching, and welcome again to all of my new subscribers. I'm really, really happy you're here, and thank you to all of my subscribers that have been here for any length of time. I just appreciate you all so, so, so much. And as always, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, what have you, please just leave them in the comment section below. I try to get back to every comment. If nothing else, at least with the heart, so you know that I saw it. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up before you click away. And if you're not already subscribed and you made it all the way to the end of this video, I think you might like it here. You should subscribe. If not, no worries at all. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a really, really wonderful week, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye, friends.